Hey everyone, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again today with another G.I. Joe toy review for you. Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite characters, Crazy Legs. So this release came with the Pursuit of Cobra line, so it's kind of the 30th anniversary, thereabouts. 2010 I believe this came out. And strangely enough, this particular character is really hard to come by for some reason. Probably because Crazy Legs is an awesome character and everybody must love him. But, so yes, we're going to be taking a look at this one. We'll go ahead and unbox it for you and do a review for you. But as I said before, this the vintage line version of Crazy Legs was one of my all-time favorite figures growing up. And he had some cool stuff going on in the comic series. So, yeah, the character just resonates with me. So, I'm really excited about this one. I can't wait to get in here and open it up and see what it looks like in an updated version. So, stick with us and we'll tear into it. This is Crazy Legs, the Assault Trooper Parachuter. Very cool looking figure. This one is a little harder to come by than some of the rest of them. It seems to be pretty popular. From the Pursuit of Cobra line. Nice artwork on the side. Flip it over to the back. And we've got the Jungle Assault kind of diorama in the background here, along with the file card. Pretty cool looking. Crazy Legs was one of those characters. I think his original figure came out in, I want to say 1989. It may have been 88, but I think it was 89. And he was one of my favorites. When I had the figure, he almost always went on most of the missions that I was having my Joe team go on. So I was really looking forward to getting this thing, and it looks pretty good in the package, but what we really want to find out is what it looks like out of the package. So in order to do that, we have to open him up. There was the Night Force version of Crazy Legs that was released as part of the, I want to say 2013 convention exclusive set. They actually threw him in as the paratrooper figure, and that one is even harder to come by than this one, and it commands a little bit heftier of a price. But I don't have one yet, so we can't look at him. Maybe one of these days I'll get one. But so we got him out of the package. This is now just recycling material. You can clip the file card if you collect those. As with most of these, it does come with the figure stand and this separate little packaging piece. We just pop that out, and it's traditional figure stand, the Raised Joe logo, and the code name on the side. And as with all the rest of these Pursuit of Cobra figures, we do have an insert here. Let's see which one came with this one. Things are sometimes hard to get unfolded. The same checklist, that's pretty much with all of them. And on the back we've got the Desert Battle. Pretty cool looking. I need to get a hold of Dusty at some point. So yeah, pretty cool looking. Recycling as well. Now it's time to pull the figure out. So his accessories are taped in here. So we're going to go ahead and just cut the tape off to make it easier for us to get to the accessories. We're going to start over here. We've got the small mini machine gun with the collapsible stock, which is pretty cool. It's basically molded after the original weapon that he came with back in the vintage line. That's really nice. We've got a small pistol here. Again, we'll look at this a little bit closer here in just a moment, but whoops. And then over here we have the larger assault rifle. This is a pretty nice looking gun here. Lots of extra little things on it. Big extended clip there. 2 clips taped beside each other, so pretty nice. It's made out of a little bit more flexible plastic than I'm used to with the weapons, so it bends really easily, but not a big deal. And then the figure himself. Come out. Pretty nice looking. More recycling material. They're going to love me at the recycling place. So yeah, here are all the accessories that come with this figure. A lot of weapons. We'll go ahead and zoom in on this and take a closer look. Start out with the figure stand here. Pretty much the same as all the rest of the figure stands, nothing special here. Just a plain black stand with the character name on the front. We're going to start with the weapons. So we looked at this one a little earlier. And overall, it's a really nice looking gun. A lot of really cool details on it. It's got this extra spotting scope or flashlight or something here on the side. And over here you've got the 2 clips basically taped together so that when he's jumping out of an airplane or a helicopter or whatever, he can switch those two pretty easily. It doesn't have to fool with trying to find an extra clip anywhere. And again, this is kind of made out of that really soft plastic, so it bends a lot more easily than any of the other weapons that I've come across so far. I don't know exactly why they did that this way, or if that was just something in the plastic they were using that particular day, but yeah, it's pretty weird that it bends as easily as it does. Luckily though, it does go back to its regular shape. Then we've got this small pistol here. Pretty nice looking, a lot of detail on it as well. It's got the extended laser sight on the front. And looks like they forgot to clip off some of the plastic on the handle. But still, it's a nice looking pistol. And then we've got the smaller assault rifle here. Again, some nice detail work here. Hopefully you can see that with the light shining on it. And it does have a collapsible stock, so it swings to the left of the gun and folds up really easily. And you just swing it back out and unfold it, and he's got a stock he can brace up against. So, pretty cool weapon. Now we'll move on to the figure himself. Again, as I said before, this character was one of my favorites. I don't want to, spoil anything for y'all, but in the original Marvel line, the comic series that is, he got quite a bit of airtime in there, and he met with an unfortunate event, which really kind of messed me up for a while. It was, if you haven't read it, go pick up. Was it 127 or something like that? Maybe 137. But you should go back and read that particular line. It's a really nice, really good read. So anyways, there's a figure itself. His outfit is a little bit more brownish in appearance than the original vintage release. It was more of a gray color, and this is more of a brownish gray. And for some reason his hands are, I guess they're supposed to be gloves, so we'll assume that they're gloves, not his actual flesh hands. And if that's the case, it works fine. It's kind of a brown color, almost matching with his parachute pack. And his face, it's got kind of a weird sculpt on it, but it still looks pretty good. He's got a nice parachute on it, a lot of good detail work in the actual harness itself. And flipping them over to the back, you can see the actual parachute itself. It's one of the accessories from the vintage line that I didn't use a whole lot, but it was really cool. So it's nice that they kind of carried that forward. And the way this thing comes off, it just pops off this big peg on the back. And then you can unbuckle it and pull the parachute off and get to the figure itself. So overall, it's a pretty nice thing. I'm not sure here. It looks like you're going to have a hard time getting the rest of the parachute off because of his legs. There's no actual snaps or anything on the bottom half of his web gear. And just the way some of his pouches are and the size of his the bottom half of his boots, yeah, that's not going to come off of there. So I don't really know why they went through the trouble of making it half removable, because you can't actually take it all the way off, which is a shame. Oh well. We'll go ahead and put it back on him anyways. He does have a removable helmet. And he's wearing just a regular like stocking cap underneath it. So he does look a little bit odd without the helmet on. But not too bad. But more than likely he's going to keep his helmet most of the time anyway, so that's fine with me. For the sake of argument though, well, we'll leave it on there. We'll point out that his goggles do fold down, so you can put the goggles over top of his eyes here. And kind of arrange it so that they're actually usable. It's a little weird. A little hard to get in place the right way, but yeah, it does work. He looks really funny that way. But it's nice that you can do that. The goggles are made out of a real soft plastic as well, which is nice. It makes it a lot easier for it to stay in place on his helmet. So unlike the Viper figure, that's not going to pop off too easily, so that's a good thing. Articulation wise, the head does rotate 360 degrees and has pretty good range of motion up and down. Shoulder joint is the traditional ball and swivel. Ball and rocker joint, however you want to say it. Same joint at the elbow, and then just a regular swivel at the wrist. Then he does have the ab crunch feature as well, but it is slightly limited a little bit by his big parachute, but you can actually get a pretty good range of motion there, so not bad at all. The hip joint is the standard T-hook that we're used to, so he has a real good range of motion there. We'll point out that because of the way his parachute harness is, his legs won't come all the way together really easily. You can kind of force it like that, but they kind of stay out a little bit more than I would like, but it's alright, it'll work. Then he does have a double knee joint and swivel and rocker at the ankle. So all in all, really nice articulation. It works pretty well for this figure. Again, a lot of really nice detail work on his actual costume itself. Very good representation of the original vintage line release. It looks really nice. So yeah, this is a pretty cool figure. As far as the weapons go, see how well they fit in his hands. He does have the extended pinky, or not pinky, trigger finger, so that works really well. His extended stock folds out pretty easily and works pretty well. Then you can also just fold it up forward, and you can run around with it and all sorts of cool stuff. The other hand is able to grip the other weapon pretty easily, so he can parachute out of planes with two of his weapons firing away. And unfortunately, there's not a place really to store his pistol. I was hoping he would have a holster somewhere, but he doesn't. So you can always just stick that pistol in his web gear like that. And he can carry all of his weapons, which is nice. It's just I do wish they had thought a little bit more ahead and given him a small holster somewhere. But yeah, all in all, it's a really awesome figure. Really cool sculpt. The accessories work really well for him. And all in all, it just looks really nice. It does kind of bring back all those good nostalgic feelings from the original vintage line figure that I had. So yeah, I really like this figure. That's our review for the G.I. Joe 30th Anniversary Crazy Legs release. I'm going to stop again and start again. That's our review for the G.I. Joe 30th Anniversary Crazy Legs release. Overall, this is an amazing figure. It's really awesome. I do hate that it costs so much. It's in pretty high demand, so it's kind of hard to track this one down. And because of that, you are going to pay a little bit more of a premium for the figure. But it is an outstanding figure. For me, it has resonance with, one of those characters that I grew up with and I really enjoyed in my adventures anyways. So I pretty much couldn't resist getting this figure. And yeah, so it's awesome. If you haven't already, try to track it down and pick it up. Again, you do have the option of going with the Night Force version. I'll try to get one of those at some point and do a review for y'all. But right now, this is the one I've got. And this is the one from my youth. The representation anyways, the new updated version. And it is outstanding. So yeah, highly recommend this one. That's all the time we've got for today. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to our channel below if you haven't already. Leave us some comments. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you'd like to see anything specific in future episodes. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for stopping by. And until next time, happy hunting and yo-jo.